The National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from Ford Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
In the course of the game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Chark. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down, and they go with Swift again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Goff now looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Goff on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Now they'll throw with Brady. He'll drop this off for Bernard. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Bernard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Brady. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. That'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now on 2nd and 13, Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw, Goff. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32, a play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 27 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Brady. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Fournette, a 1st down carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Fournette. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. He didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up for...
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Giovanni Bernard, as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Fournette. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
This one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. Second down, back to Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Underneath, he's got Brate. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Brady throwing complete here to Fournette. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice gain.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Bernard. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 50, it's Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Goff. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Bucs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If he'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Brady going to throw here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher makes...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Romeo Lacroix shooting in there and dropping it for the sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jamel Dean, and the Buccaneers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.